data, democratize access to it, because we thought by imaging the whole world every day, we could help lots of customers and help us to take care of the planet. And it took launching the largest satellite fleet in human history. It took building lots of partnerships, and we did it. You know, we got 200 satellites up there. They're imaging the whole world every day. We're making an impact, but that is just the beginning of Planet's potential, and this launches this into a new phase. We have plenty of capital to build the business, and we're well poised to go into the market and have a big impact at the same time. It's a really exciting day for Planet.
Yeah, so in terms of that capital, you've raised almost $600 million through this deal and the closing of this deal. How specifically will you deploy that now?
Yeah, I mean, mainly in two areas. One is building up the sales and marketing team. You know, we only had 21 people doing sales last year, did just over that $100 million in revenue last year. We need to scale that up to all the potential partners all around the world, all the ag companies, all the governments that you can use it, all the mapping companies and so on. And secondly, in software. Because a lot of people can see potential value in our data, like in hedge funds, insurance, and so on. But we need to bridge the gap to data that they can use by doing analytics that it makes it easier to use. So sales and marketing and software.
So let's talk about how quickly you are expecting to grow. The last time you joined us, which was earlier this fall, you mentioned a 40% growth rate over the next 5 years. Are you still on track for that? Is it still your expectation? Yeah, absolutely. I'm really confident in our plans. We did project just over 40% growth year on year for the next 5 years. We have all the pipeline of opportunity to go after. I'm really confident in the plan. How large will you have to grow the constellation to keep pace with that? Actually, the constellation is fully built. And what we're now really doing is enabling the utilization of that data. We constantly update the satellites, but the main effort is on software to make it easier and easier to use, to make it easier not just for teams of people that have geospatial expertise, as in Google or in big ag companies or in governments, but a lot of other users, like developers and those hedge funds and those insurance companies and so on. And that takes a fair bit of software. So the main effort is in that area.
Yeah, I'm curious about new use cases then. I mean, defense intelligence, I know, is something else you've been mentioning as well recently.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of our use cases. We help countries with border security, also with disaster response. We've been helping recently the German government with flooding, the California various counties with the wildfires, helping them prevent those disasters and help them in real time. We're helping with agriculture, big ag companies. But we're also, opening up new markets to your question. I mean, I think actually hedge funds is one of the most interesting areas in finance because we actually know the soy yield of all the world's soy fields before anyone else, the crop yields, the mining output from all the world's copper mines and so on. But we have to turn that into time series calibrated data for them to digest. And so that's why we're focused on software to unleash those markets. Yeah. So it's mainly going after the existing ones with more sales and marketing, going after new ones with new software.
Yeah, those hedge fund managers, you got to make it as simple as possible
Absolutely.
for them. Because, you know, they have a hard time with anything difficult. But I am curious, I mean, what's the pricing power on these kinds of things? You know, and it's not as though you don't have competitors. It's not as though there haven't been satellite imaging companies that have been feeding data, for example, to hedge fund managers for years, whether it be of a parking lot, outside a factory, or anything like that.
Well, actually, our data set is completely unique. We have the largest Earth imaging fleet by at least 10x. We image the whole landmass of the Earth every day. That's over 300 million square kilometers. That's about 100 times any other Earth imaging fleet. So we have this daily scan is completely unique. And what that enables is totally new markets, like agriculture. You can't do that with a point and shoot camera. You have to scan all the ag areas, and that's 25% of the landmass of the Earth. So satellites are uniquely positioned to that, and our 200 satellite fleet enables us to scan all those ag fields and help customers like Corteva and others to improve ag yield across all those farmers' fields. So it's opening up brand new markets.
Yeah. I mean, Will, Microsoft and Amazon have both been making very big bets on space-based capabilities. I hear you talking about software and data and analytics, where their cloud businesses are concerned. One of your cornerstone investors is Alphabet as well. So when you make those investments yourself around software, are there cloud computing capabilities to be gleaned from your company? And if so, how great is that opportunity?
Well, look, we want to partner with all of those sort of companies that that are building cloud systems. We do have a strong partnership with Google. They participated in the transaction here in the PIPE. And also, we have a big partnership to go to market together with their cloud services. Look, we want to leverage the latest compute and machine learning that the big companies like them develop and apply that to our data. Our data is ready to apply all that machine learning and analytics to extract out features. The same things that are used to extract dogs and cats out of videos and pictures you put online are the same capabilities that are useful for pulling out information from the satellite data. How many ships are in all the world's ports? How much agriculture yield is there in all the world's soy fields, etc.
Well, thank you and congrats again.
Thank you.
The Planet are up 3.5% right now.
Coming up on Tech Check this morning, why Morgan Stanley is calling Rivian the one.